The Labor Department reported that almost 4.5 million more people filed for unemployment last week. Makes that a total of more than 26 million in just the past 5 weeks. 26 million people. Lots of states have found their systems overwhelmed, but Florida may be the worst of them all. The Associated Press reports nearly 7 of every 8 Floridians who managed to file claims during the 3 weeks from mid-March until early April were still waiting to have them processed. The worst rate in the country. I've even been getting emails from some of you, from viewers in Florida, who cannot get through the system, can't have their claims processed. Things got so bad that at one point last week, people in the town of Hialeah were so desperate for unemployment applications, they risked exposure to the virus en masse so they could get one in person. But the backstory of Florida's terrible and rickety unemployment system is way worse than simple incompetence. Because back in 2011, former Republican Governor Rick Scott and his Republican state legislature overhauled Florida's unemployment system to intentionally try and keep the numbers of people getting it low. They wanted to make unemployment as difficult as possible to get. And so they cut benefits from 26 weeks down to as few as 12. And Floridians who once could file by phone now had to file online and faced a set of new electronic filing requirements that made the process of establishing eligibility one of the most onerous in the nation. Current Republican Governor Ron DeSantis says he wants to try and fix this mess. Some in his administration are admitting that the $77 million system overhaul by Rick Scott is failing by design. A quote, "It's a SH sandwich, and it was designed that way by Scott," said one DeSantis advisor. It wasn't about saving money. It was about making it harder for people to get benefits or keep benefits so that the unemployment numbers were low to give the governor something to brag about. Republican Party of Florida Chairman Joe Gruters was more succinct. $77 million, someone should go to jail over that. This is what you get when you elect Republicans to break government. They will break it, but you never know when you're actually going to need it to work.